What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Two Brain Business channel. I'm Jeff Burlingame, professional mentor and sales specialist for Two Brain Business. And you guys should subscribe to this channel if you're looking for more content to help you grow your business and move yourselves closer to personal wealth. On today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the three main personality traits that I see in salespeople. And make no mistake, we are all salespeople because we all sell things. If you own and operate a business, you sell. So you need to determine which personality trait you possess right now. And then I want to point you into the direction of the right one. So again, be sure to subscribe, smash the like on this video, and ring that notification bell so you can see when we drop more content. Now, when it comes to the main personality traits that I see in salespeople, they're one of three types. They are passive, they are aggressive, or they are assertive. So what is the right type? Well, the right type should kind of jump out at you, and that is being assertive. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, let's define the other two first because I think they're more obvious. A passive salesperson is one who waits for the client to say, yes, please sign me up. Also, here is my Visa or MasterCard. Take my money. And if they get the sale, great. And if they don't, they just kind of let it slide. The passive salesperson is the one to let the client board the be-back bus. Generally, you let objections end the sales opportunity, and you let your clients walk out the door and have them kind of waving bye to you and saying, I'll be back on Friday, but then we all know what happens. They don't come back on Friday. So passive salespeople generally just go with the flow of the conversation and let things happen the way they happen. And unfortunately, they also believe this to be the right way to sell because it's the non-pushy salesperson, right? I don't want to be pushy. I don't need to push people into buying my product or service. I just need to help people. And yes, you're absolutely correct. You do need to help them. But being passive doesn't actually help anyone. When you're passive, you don't help anybody come to a decision. You're kind of like just putting all the cards on the table for them to just figure it out on their own. That's not being very helpful. Imagine you took somebody to a corn maze and you said, here's the beginning, there's the end, you got this, and then just shoved them on into the entrance and let them just find their own way. That is not the best way to do things. We want to help them by helping them make a decision, by helping them decide today, as in right now. Now, the opposite end of the spectrum is also bad, which is the aggressive salesperson. The aggressive salesperson is that pushy salesperson that you are afraid to be, that you're avoiding being by being passive. Yet you actually just jump to the polar opposite end of the spectrum, and you're doing an equally damaging thing to your client by trying to force them into a decision they're not ready to make. You're not helping them make a decision, you're forcing it, you're pushing it, you're persuading them, right? These are those sales tactics you hear from gurus in the industry. You know the ones that are sitting on a Ferrari wearing a $3,000 suit telling you this is the only way to sell and make millions. But it's also the way to sell to damage client relationships for the long term. So yes, you can make money in the short term. Absolutely, you will close sales. But eventually you're gonna have to change industries or businesses because people are gonna come running for you with pitchforks and torches, and that's not what we want either. So this is kind of like going back to our corn maze analogy where you have the beginning, the end point, and then you put on a Jason mask and have a machete and you chase them towards the finish. They'll get there, but they're not going to be very happy about that whole situation. So finally, we arrived somewhere in the middle here at assertive. Now, being an assertive salesperson is the best option because you are helping a person make a decision without being a heavy influencer on them. You're not pushing them. You're just helping the decision-making process along. Yet you're not pushing them into anything that they don't need, and you're not leaving it all on the table for them to figure out, being passive, going with that flow, right? So an assertive salesperson is going to do things like this. At the end of the sale, if it comes to a point where we have an objection, they're going to handle the objection. They're going to help this person strategize or think out loud on the spot to make a decision today, as in right now. It's going to sound something like this. They will acknowledge what this person is saying with empathy. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I can appreciate that you want to take some time to think about this. Then they're going to ask a question that is designed to move Mrs. Jones closer to the buying decision or to the point of saying yes or no. Either one would be great because they've made a decision. Maybe is not a decision. Let me think about it. I need to talk to my spouse. I get paid on Friday. Let me call you back then. These are all maybes. These are not yeses or nos. They're leaving it out there in the ether to be decided upon at a later date, which is not acceptable in our sales situation. We need a commitment today, yes or no, one way or the other, but we're not going to push them. So we ask a question. What is it that we haven't talked about today that you need to go home and think about? We are helping them make a decision, yet not pushing them. Another great example of being assertive in the sales process would be when somebody contacts you about getting more information. A passive person would say, yeah, we're a gym, here's the cost, buy it if you want to. An aggressive person would say, I don't discuss pricing over the phone, you're gonna have to come in here, and we only have 2 more spots remaining in the gym, so you better make this decision pretty quick. An assertive salesperson will say, let's do this. Let's have you come in tomorrow. I have time at 1 or 3 p.m. Which of those times is best for you? And then worst case scenario, they say neither, and you say, okay, well, for my reference, is morning or afternoon better for you? They say morning, you say great. Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and 7 a.m., I have time available. Can you make either of those work? And they say yes, and then you're in, right? That is what we're looking for. That is being assertive. I'm not being pushy. Those are the times I have available, and I want to make myself available to Mrs. Jones within the next 24 to 48 hours while she is at a peak interest level. Yet I'm not going to be aggressive or use scarcity tactics to trick her in here, and I'm not going to give away the whole bag and say, here's the price, because there would be no context of your value in that statement. You gave them the price. Now you're a commodity. That doesn't help them make an educated decision. That's merely pushing them in the direction of deciding based on price entirely, which means that the end result will be that they don't choose the program or service that is best for them. Just the program or service that fits their budget or idea of a budget that makes sense for fitness, for example. That's not the way we want to go. So hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully you can now see a little more clearly that we want to be more assertive in our selling process, not passive, and definitely not aggressive. Assertive creates long-term relationships that are positive with your clients and helps them make a decision right now, which benefits you and them. It's a win-win situation. All right, you guys, if you liked the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, smash the like, and ring that notification bell so you can see when we drop more content here on the Two Brain Business YouTube channel. Again, I'm Jeff Burlingame, professional mentor and sales specialist for Two Brain Business, and we'll see you on the next video.